Hi guys, Harry here, and with a few episodes of Ash Ketchum's last ever series having been aired, I thought now would be a good time to do a breakdown / review of the episodes that have come out so far, as of course this is a historic moment in all of Pokemon. This is the first time that there's going to be a new season with a new protagonist. It won't be Ash Ketchum again. And this is the last series where Ash will be the protagonist. And maybe this will be the last episodes we ever see Ash Ketchum ever again. And I would like to I thought it would be such a fun idea to do breakdowns / reviews of his final series. But before we get into the episode, don't forget to subscribe, also leave a like and comment down below, and let's get into the video. So, the first episode of this final series is called Pokemon The Distant Blue Sky, and this episode was pretty cool. So this episode is set in the same universe as the I Choose You, The Power of Us, and The Secrets of the Jungle movies, instead of the main anime. So this Ash, we've only seen him go through 3 adventures, but in movie form, instead of the Ash that has travelled through Kanto, the Orange Islands, Johto, Hoenn, the Battle Frontier, Sinnoh, Unova, Kalos, Alola, Galar. This Ash has not travelled through as many regions. This has not been the Ash we have followed all throughout our childhood. We have only seen him in 3 movies, but still, this Ash is amazing. And you can see very early on that this is the Ash from the I Choose You movie, the Power of Us movie, and the Secrets of the Jungle movie, as his outfit is similar as, of course, the outfit that he has in those respective movies. And the episode opens up with Ash swimming in the sea, and he's checking out on all these other Pokemon. And we see Pikachu actually hanging out by the side, and he's hanging out with some other Pikachu. So maybe this is a reference to the episode Pikachu's Goodbye, where Ash almost leaves Pikachu with a group of other Pikachu, as of course, they're like kind of his family. Or this could be a reference to the Pikachu Valley from the Alola games and also the Alola anime as well. Another kind of place where a lot of Pikachu gathered there. And of course, since this is not the main anime, maybe in this side movie universe, this is the Pikachu Valley, or the place where the Pikachus were in the Kanto version of the anime. And this is their space where all the Pikachus congregate. And after, unfortunately, failing to catch a Gyarados, Ash and Pikachu get to this Pokemon Center, and Ash phones up his mum, and his mum actually tells Ash that she is meeting Ash's dad tomorrow. So I'm sure that would absolutely pay off in the later part of the episode, and we'll get to see Ash's dad for sure. But we do get some insight on Ash's dad just in this sentence, as, of course, with Ash's mum meeting Ash's dad and Ash wanting to meet his dad hasn't just been a deadbeat that left Ash when he was really young, even though we've never seen him before, as they seem to have, some sort of relationship, and they both want to see him, but it's kind of weird, as we've never seen his dad before. So, anyway, with that revelation, Ash and Pikachu head back to Pallet Town, and along the way, they come across this route with rocks with Gengars on them, and maybe this is a reference to Ash's Gengar. I tried to look more into it, but I couldn't see anything. It's just a weird route with rocks of Gengar on them. And in that route, they go to sleep, but when Ash wakes up, he sees that Pikachu is missing, and this kid that Ash just wakes up and the kid is there saying, "I know where Pikachu has gone." And of course, Team Rocket has stolen Pikachu. Of course, they always steal Pikachu, that's their main thing. And Team Rocket crowded round. They have Pikachu locked in like this capsule, and they are celebrating, and they decide to have a meal. However, unfortunately, they only have one waffle to eat between the four of them, and this is a reference to most of their appearances when they're broke and or they have no food. However, Ash and this kid turn up, and the capsule Pikachu is kept in is of course electrical proof, as of course Team Rocket has learned to keep Ash's Pikachu when they capture it in electrical proof containers. Of course, otherwise Pikachu would be able to free themselves. And of course Team Rocket do their introduction, which they do every time in every episode, sometimes multiple times an episode. However, this time, fortunately, whilst they are doing their introduction, Ash gets the key to the capsule that Pikachu was kept in, and of course unlocks it and frees Pikachu. And I think this is one of the few times where Ash has acted whilst Team Rocket was doing their introduction, which of course is great. And then Pikachu thunderbolts Team Rocket, sending them, of course, blasting off again, their catchphrase whenever they get blasted off, mostly by Ash's Pikachu using Thunderbolt. And with Team Rocket being dealt with, Ash thanks this boy who told him that Team Rocket had taken Pikachu, and the boy is revealed to be named Haruto. And Haruto and Ash decide to hang out for the rest of this episode. They come across this house with this youngish man and woman, and the man looks kind of jaded as he's just painting pictures of the sky. However, the woman seems really friendly and warm towards Ash. We will get back to this house and this man and woman later in the episode, because something really that I did not think would take place in a Pokemon anime episode happens. So while Ash is just hanging around with Haruto, after losing him when Ash came across this house and with the jaded man and the woman, Ash meets back up with Haruto saying, "Where have you gone?" And he goes, "Well, I got these berries, do you want some food? I got these berries." And Haruto refuses, leaving Ash and Pikachu to eat all of these berries and the bread that this woman had given him. And Haruto reveals to Ash that he needs his help to take his hat back from a group of Mankey that stole it. And Ash actually mentions that a Mankey once stole his hat. However, this didn't happen to this version of Ash. It happened to the mainline anime Ash. Of course, this is a reference to Ash's primate, who stole Ash's cap when it was a wild Mankey in the episode Primate Goes Bananas, where Mankey stole Ash's cap, and then Ash eventually caught it and, got his hat back and got Primate as a Pokemon. However, it turns out that this Mankey and this group of Mankeys weren't being that malicious. This Mankey was just, he just really wanted a cap, as, I don't know, just, obviously there's Pokemon wearing different items of clothing that they just feel more confident with. This is probably a reference to Ash's Sandile, who always wore some sunglasses, and he felt confident whenever he was wearing the sunglasses, and then unconfident when he didn't have the sunglasses on, and I think this is just how this Mankey turned out. So Ash gives this Mankey his cap to wear, and manages to get Haruto's cap, of course, and give it back to him. However, after Ash regains Haruto's cap, he vanishes again, and Ash comes across this house again, and the man and the woman say to Ash, "Where did you get that cap?" And Ash goes, "Oh, it was my friend Haruto, he asked for my help. And of course I helped him," and they "But if that's Haruto's cap, how? And how have you seen him? You can't have seen him, because it is revealed that he is a ghost." And what Haruto really needed was Ash to help his parents come to terms with them losing, of course, Haruto. And it is really sad. I never expected a ghost of a young boy to be in a Pokemon anime episode. Of course, there have been ghosts before, but this is just, I never thought we'd see this again, especially in Ash's last series. When I first saw that Haruto had kind of vanished when Ash had come across this house the first time, I thought he had run away from home and this was his parents. But no, he had actually died earlier, and it's so sad. And the reason that Haruto's dad was painting was he was painting skies, which Haruto, apparently, he loved the sky and he loved the time with Pokemon. And I don't know, it was just his dad's way of coping with, of course, the loss of his son. However, with Ash's help, Haruto's parents kind of come to a new term of acceptance of losing their son. And Haruto's dad says, I will draw not only the sky, but of course all the Pokemon that Haruto loved, and of course us with him. And the reason he wants to draw the Pokemon and Haruto with, of course, his mum and dad and all the Pokemon around was because Haruto really wanted to touch a Pokemon. However, of course, he is a ghost, so he can't touch Ash and Pikachu or anyone else, and Ash and Pikachu can't touch Haruto either. However, Ash and Pikachu enter this zone where Haruto can touch them, and he eventually gets his wish to touch a Pokemon. And perhaps this is a reference to where Ash went in Pokemon I Choose You, the movie, where the Pokemon kind of killed him when he protected Pikachu from their attacks, and Ash kind of went to this place before, and now he's kind of in this zone where ghosts can touch the living and living can touch the ghosts. And Haruto gets kind of a nice conclusion to his story. And exiting the forest where this whole episode had taken place, Ash and Pikachu see the same sky that was Haruto's favourite. And the reason why this was his favourite sky was it was the last time him and his parents were all together when he was alive. And I don't know, it's just sad yet heartwarming at the same time. Ash and Pikachu then eventually get to the Pokemon Center where Ash's mum said his dad would be, and we miss Ash's dad. Ash turned up too late. Maybe a reference to how Ash is always late, especially when he got his starter Pokemon, but we don't get to see Ash's dad, which of course was expected by everyone. Everyone saw this a mile coming off. Unfortunately, he had some emergency to go to, so Ash's mum said. However, he did leave Ash with a gift. He bought him a cap, so Ash gets a cap, of course, to replace the one that he gave away to a wild Mankey. And of course, it is the same as his original cap. The same cap that he had back in the Kanto, Orange Islands, and Johto region. That part of the anime is the cap he wore there, his original cap, and that is just an amazing reference. And another reference comes in the fact of Ash's mum making him tea. Ash's mum makes him some croquettes, the food that he said earlier that he really wanted to be eating when he was eating the berries and the bread with Haruto, and he really wanted some croquettes. And of course it is also a reference to the fact that Ash has always loved croquettes. Ever since the first season of the anime, he has said that he's loved it, and it of course has shown up many other times throughout the anime, whether that's Kanto, Johto, Hoenn, Sinnoh. Every time he has said that he loves croquettes at least once a series. And even Ash's mum gives Team Rocket some croquettes as they're in the next table to Ash, but they're in disguise, so of course Ash's mum or Ash doesn't recognise them. Of course, that being said, that satisfies their hunger from earlier when they only had one waffle to share between the four of them, and they didn't even get to eat that because Pikachu blasted them off. However, when Ash is eating his croquettes, he cries, of course remembering Haruto and the fact that, of course, he is no longer alive. And maybe this is a reference to the fact that Ash has cried, I think, once in all three of these movies, the I Choose You movie, the Power of Us movie, and the Secrets of the Jungle movie. I think Ash has cried at least once in those three movies, at least one time. And then we move, of course, into nighttime, and Ash and Pikachu are asleep, and Ash is wearing the same pyjamas as in the first Pokemon episode, Pokemon I Choose You. not the movie one, but that is the first title of the first Pokemon episode, and of course, the movie Pokemon I Choose You, he also was wearing the same pyjamas as well. So, of course, Pokemon I Choose You is just the time for Ash to be wearing those pyjamas, and he's wearing the same ones in this episode as, of course, in the Pokemon I Choose You episode and the Pokemon I Choose You movie. And then waking up in that Pokemon Center, Ash and Pikachu hear that trainers have seen Entei in the forest near where that Pokemon Center is, and Ash and Pikachu rush off to catch Entei. And of course, this version of Ash actually saw Entei in Pokemon the movie I Choose You, not once, but twice. Actually, the second time, Entei takes Pokemon to shelter in the same cave as Ash and his friends are in, when Ash is basically saving Charmander's life, warming him up. And the main anime version of Ash actually saw Entei in Pokemon 3, the movie. And then it closes out with the narrator saying, 10-year-old Ash Ketchum, of course referencing the fact that Ash Ketchum is always 10 years old. And the narrator also says, Pokemon Master, of course confirming that this Ash has the same goal as the main anime version of Ash, of course, which is to be a Pokemon Master. So I think this episode was really good. There were some things that I was not expecting, like Haruto being a ghost, and of course references to Entei, and of course Ash's Primeape. Is just insane. I think a really good episode. Hopefully the other episodes, though, do go on to follow the main version of Ash Ketchum, not the Ash Ketchum from the I Choose You movie, the Power of Us movie, and the Secrets of the Jungle movie, as we've seen the mainline Ash more than this version of Ash, so hopefully, of course, we get to see the mainline version of Ash in the other episodes. But with that being said, I think this was great. And of course, let me know down in the comments below if you like this video, if you like this episode of the Pokemon anime. And of course, leave a like if you like this video. And subscribe and share it out. And I will see you in the next one.